Hey kiddos, welcome back to virtual music lesson number 2. Welcome back to another exciting edition of virtual music class. Today, lesson number 2, we're going to be focusing on the different voice types that we use. We're going to have a performance time together. We're going to have a little quiz time together. So let's go ahead. Let's get started. To start our lesson today, let's go over our essential question. Be my echo. Can I identify a singing, speaking, whisper, and shouting voice? So our whole essential question today is, can I identify a singing, speaking, whisper, and shouting voice? That's going to be our focus of today's lesson. So as you can see, we have our 4 different voice types. Our singing voice, our speaking voice, our whisper voice, and our shouting voice. This may seem very familiar to you because we did talk about this earlier in the school year. Our singing voice. Take a few moments, talk to your family, talk to someone around you, and share with your family members when we would use our singing voice. Take some time. Okay, come on back to me. You might have said to your family, I use my singing voice when I'm playing, when I'm listening to music, when I'm watching my favorite movie. Some of you may say you use your singing voice at church, or maybe while you're in the kitchen helping make dinner, or maybe when you're cleaning your room. Hopefully you said we use our singing voice during music class, because that's when we are definitely using our singing voice. Our next voice type is our speaking voice. So take a few moments, tell the person around you, or say it to yourself, when would we use our speaking voice? All right, come on back to me. You might have told your family members you use your speaking voice when you're talking to your friends, at the dinner table, at lunch, maybe when you're playing with your toys and your toys are talking to each other. All sorts of places we use our speaking voices. The next voice type we're going to talk about is our whisper voice. Where would we use our whisper voice? All right, come on back to me. You may have said you use your whisper voice at church, or maybe at nighttime when you're playing with your toys and you're not supposed to, and you're trying not to give it away that you're playing instead of sleeping. Oh, maybe when you're told not to talk, but you're talking anyway, you use your whisper voice. Maybe when you're telling secrets. All sorts of places. Our next voice type though, the shouting voice. Now, listen, families, it's going to get a little loud. Your students have my permission to shout in the house. Now, hold on now, kiddos. We're not going to be shouting at the top of our lungs. We are going to be doing an inside shouting voice. So don't be yelling at the top of your lungs. That's just crazy. Where would we use our shouting voice? Take a few moments, talk to your family, think about it. Okay, so did you make a list of places you would use your shouting voice? I know for me, if I'm outside playing, I would use my shouting voice. If I'm at a sporting event like a baseball game or a football game and I'm cheering, I would use my shouting voice then. If I'm at a concert and I really like the song, I may start shouting because I'm so happy about it. Lots of places we use our shouting voices. So those are our 4 different voice types. And now it's time for performance time. What we're going to do is we're going to perform the song Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And we're going to use our different voice types. The first voice type I'd like us to use is our singing voice. So families, students, join with me as we sing this together. Twinkle, twinkle, little star,
Nicely done. Hey, I heard you singing. Way to go, Pops. You did a great job. The next voice type, let's use our speaking voice. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. That was great. Let's use our whisper voice this time.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Well done. I could barely hear you. That could be because you're whispering or the fact that I'm on the end of a camera and you're all the way at your house. I don't know. The next one is our shouting voice. So get ready and let's perform Twinkle Twinkle Little Star with our shouting voice. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. I was supposed to be shouting. I'm sorry, Hank. We're using our shouting voice. I'm sorry, it was Guys, I just got in trouble for using my shouting voice. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I wasn't supposed to use my shouting voice inside, so I hope you didn't get in trouble either. I am going to quiz you. All right, not a big deal. You're just going to say the answer out loud. I'm going to perform the Grand Old Duke of York, and if I'm using my singing voice, you'll say singing voice. If I'm using my whisper voice, you'll say whisper voice. If I'm using my shouting voice, you'll say shouting voice. If I'm using my speaking voice, you'll say speaking voice. All right, so listen to how I perform it, and then tell me what voice type I just used. Oh, the Grand Old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up. And when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up or down. So what voice type did I use for that? That's right, I used my singing voice. Let's go to the next one. All right, what voice type did I use? That's right, my whisper voice. Let's go to the next one. Oh, the Grand Old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up. And when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up or down. All right, so what voice type did I use? That's right, my speaking voice. And the last one. He had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill and he marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up. And when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up or down. So what voice type did I use? I was supposed to be shouting. It was the voice type I was doing an example of. Guys, I just got in trouble again. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I just had a conversation with my family and they said that I shouldn't use my shouting voice inside, which is probably true. So learn the lesson that I had to learn. Let's not use your shouting voice. We're kind of inside together for a while. So try to keep your volume at a low level so that you're not distracting your family or your siblings who are trying to do work. Only use your inside voice while you're inside the house. All right, learn from me. Let's review what we did today. Our essential question was, can I identify a singing, speaking, whisper, and shouting voice? We were able to do that. We were able to perform using those different voices, and then I performed for you and you were telling me what voice type I used. Now what I need for you all to do is after this video is over, inside the lesson folder, there is a link that'll take you to my YouTube channel called Music Man of Steel. Families, what I need for you to do is to click on that link and then subscribe to my channel. There's a little bell that says subscribe. Click on that and subscribe to the channel. The reason why is because in just a few weeks, I'm gonna do a live class. And if you're subscribed to my channel, you'll get a notification when the class starts and I can interact with you and your family and do some music stuff together. Not just with you, but with all the other kids from the school who are gonna subscribe to the music channel. So click on the link, subscribe to the music channel, all right? The next thing is another family thing. We have our music challenge of the week. So click on the little file that says music challenge of the week and answer that quick question. Families, this would be a good time to school your kid on the type of technology we had growing up, and they may be surprised by all that. And last thing I'd like for you to do, and just do this throughout the week as a family, is ask a family member survey. All right, there is a file in there that's ask a family member survey, and it has different questions about music, your interests, what you listen to, why you listen to, those kind of things. It's a really cool family conversation starter. You could do this while you're sitting at the dinner table or at lunch or just sitting around later in the evening, or you could even do this as you're getting ready for bed. So make sure you check all that stuff out. Kiddos, I had a great time with you. Thank you for joining me on virtual music lesson number 2. Have a great day.